Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von Call of Folge 5. So.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
Wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
You're talking about Winchester.
That's right. The Hawkins' old caretaker. Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
He's clearly not doing any gardening.
You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
25. Oktober
Night falls
1924,
quickly here,
Garten des Hawkins
and I want to be able to
Anwesens,
see
Bradley
when we
für uns
arrive.
an den Klippen von
I'll go with
Barcode
you,
Dank zur Villa
if
des
only to
Hawkins.
reassure Silas.
Das riesige Haus ist am Entrang eines steilen Gipfels
Why not?
und bietet einen
You
guten
can help.
Blick hinab auf die Leuchtturm.
Right.
Der Ort scheint schon
Let's
längere
go.
Zeit verlassen zu sein. Bradley erwähnt einen alten Verwalter, der noch immer hier lebt. Das sollte uns wohl kaum davon abhalten, in die Villa zu gelangen. Officer Bradley, Alter 37, Tätigkeit Polizist. Dieser Dorfpolizist mag Ordnung und Gerechtigkeit. Er ist kein großer Ermittler, aber möchte mehr als ein Kollege weit im Fall Hawkins aufdecken. Die Bewohner der Insel sind freundlich zu ihm. Vielleicht kann er mir bei meinen Ermittlungen helfen. Villa der Hawkins Gärten. Die Villa der Hawkins steht an der Spitze eines steilen Abhangs. Im verlassenen Garten befinden sich die Gräber der Familie. Nur der alte Verwalter Silas Winchester treibt sich hier noch herum. Er bewacht das Anwesen, er bittet und legt noch immer Blumen auf die Gräber seiner früheren Herrschaften. Es ist ein düsterer Ort. Das Hawkins Anwesen erreichen. Ei. Wo ist der Polizist jetzt hin?
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place. flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord,
Poor kid.
this poor family.
Poor kid.
Das ist Anwesen ist. I laid me down and stepped I upward for the Lord. Ja, ja. 1693.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined. I'll have to find another entrance. This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them! Dump them into the ocean!
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Put down the axe, and I'll forget that you threatened a cop.
Show your badge, cop, and then we can talk.
You don't need to see my badge.
You're a bad liar, city boy. For the last time, tell me why you're here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
I like the sound of that, but I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Do something,
Der
Bradley,
schreckliche alte Mann.
or this story will have a
Der
nasty
Säugling,
ending.
der verwaltet jetzt
I
Welt.
vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay then. I'll leave
Kapitel
the
3
key
Villa
with
der
you.
Hawkins, Pierce und Officer
could have told me that earlier,
des Hawkins Anwesens. Die Familie
Let's see what
verfolgt
more I
das
can learn from this
Prozess,
mansion.
das von Silas Winchester bewacht und der alte Verwalter seinen
Stop
Arbeitgeber
bothering me.
wacht mit seiner Axt über das Anwesen. Pierce und Bradley können ihn beruhigen und er hat den Schlüssel für die Villa der Hawkins. Sie betreten das Gebäude und suchen nach dem Ort des
Pierce,
Mordes.
shall we enter?
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Ich habe den Schlüssel zum Dienstboteneingang der Hawkins Villa erhalten. Hoffentlich war er das Risiko wert.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Oh, guck mal. Sieht schon komisch aus.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here, smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate.
Das war dann in der nächsten Folge.
Why did she
bis
leave it
dahin.
untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day.